Okay, so we're going to talk about your hip rolls today. So if I'm laying on my mat, I can take my feet to the edge of my mat so I can feel them kind of on my big toes. That way I can make sure my feet are exactly even. I can also take my feet and put them up against the wall. So if this was a wall here, I could put my toes so I know they're nice and flat. Now I want to make sure my knees are nice and even. So we're going to keep that nice connection here. And you want to make sure your feet, again, your heels are hip distance apart, not from the flesh of the hips, but from your actual sit bones. So the sit bones to the heels, so that your patella, or the floating knee in your bone, is aligned all the way up through the femur head, which is the large leg bone that kind of drops down into the pelvis. So we're going to start with just placing our fingertips towards the tips of our knees without locking our elbows, because see how that gives me a hyperextension and a bump? I want to keep it nice and flat. So you're going to inhale here, draw the core in, exhale, finding those low abs, finding the transverse, which is those wrapping abdominals, wrap around your torso. Scoop the tailbone under, elongating the spine, and you're going to slowly lengthen all the way up. So I'm here, and I feel like I'm squeezing an invisible ball with my inner thighs. My big toes are pressed into the floor. My pinky toes are almost feeling like they're lifting up a little bit. I want to have that nice long spine, and I'm using my arms as a tactile feedback, so I know no part of me is sagging or popping. Tucking the ribs under, and then tucking the tailbone under. And I can make sure that then my hips feel nice and even on my arms. I'm going to inhale here, draw the ribs in even more as I exhale, scooping under, elongating the spine as I slowly roll and lengthen all the way back down and back to neutral, or that natural curvature of the spine. And again, neutral is not relaxed, it's engaged. Pelvic floor, transverse, that wrapping abdominal. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale through the nose, three-dimensional breath into the lungs. Exhale, scooping the tailbone under, feeling that pelvic floor as you start to hinge or roll the hips up, squeezing the inner thighs so the knees don't come open. Inhale again, check that alignment. And exhale, scooping under, really feeling the hamstrings, the gluteal fold as you hinge and roll all the way back and down and to neutral. So that's just a nice way to check. The toes are at the edge of the mat. The knees are nice and parallel. You can always put a yoga block between your knees as well, or between the feet so that they run along the inside of the foot. That way you can really feel if you're rolling or supinating the feet outwards. And then it's that gorgeous elongation through the spine coming all the way up. Use your hands as a tactile feedback, and then roll all the way back and down. And if you can do that like 5 or 6 times, you can really find that gorgeous articulation of the pelvis, really warming up, waking up the hamstrings, waking up the hips, keeping everything nice and connected. I hope this helps.